couldn't figure it out. And after the cloud went by, we went out there and there's fish as big as my hand laying in the yard. It rained fish just ashore by the name of Edgar Olson Johnson. Did you ever hear that? They sure did. Some big old perch, bigger than your hand, laying right out on a big hill, and we lived all a lot from here to the road to the creek. So I know that the water didn't wash them up there. They had to fall from the sky. They did. It rained fish. Boy, it come up a cloud, and I mean, it was thundering, it was lightning. It looked like it's blowing trees down and everything else. Then when it's over with, this old big fish right there in the yard, he was hunting water. It rained him. You didn't know it rained fish? It sure does.
I've heard of it raining frogs. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I heard from a teacher.
Yeah. It's rained frogs before. I've heard that.
Has it rained bears?
This was on top of a hill where the house was way up on the hill.
I think frogs.
And that fish was out in the yard just a flopping and jumping and
How about
we jumped
roaches?
out there and run, got him, my children did. We went out there and got him. We thought that was something.
How about people?
Hey,
Always
that's freaky.
And most of the time it's about that much covered to the ground with I think they meant hail. Hit a hail fish. Just saying. Now where they come from, I don't know. It didn't have IDO on them.
IDO.
IDO.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you say Arizona?
Huh?
How do you say Arizona?
I don't know. No sugar. That's come to
Arizona. Say
How do you say
Arizona.
Arizona?
You say Arizona.
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 They always said that, Arizona. Or Grandma Ethel would say Arizoni.
Arizona.
Yeah. It was funny.
One time I was driving a loaded truck. It wasn't Phoenix, Arizona. Something else. I got down in there. Man, I was sick. But I got out and went in and got me a breakfast. Eat. Went minding on. I don't know where I was going.
You don't know where. Was it Tucson?
Huh?
Tucson?
Might have been.
Tucson, Arizona?
Probably, I think so.
Or Flagstaff?
I tell you what, I drove them old trucks in just about any state you want to listen for. I was gone 4 days, longest I was ever gone though. No, yeah, I guess what, 4 or 5 days. I was up past Ohio. Come on in to the next place up there. I've run into some tough stuff. But one of them things. All them days are done gone now.
When was he born?
But I'd rather tell a good story about church than anything of the whole ever told a story about.
Sandy. What year was it when he was
I've seen
born?
the good Lord come on the scene. You'd never dream of it. I'd be sitting right here. All of a sudden, something speak to me about one of my brothers. I get in my truck, and I went down there. I went to a place I never thought about spending them outside of the outside of the, I can't even think of church. It's just the sick places.
Hospital?
Hospital. I went up there, and I said to her, she told me to go down the outside of it. They're staying outside and had a woman out there taking wind out there, you know. I told her I'd come to see, I can't think of his name now. She said, said, he's done dead. Said, we got him to let on. No, he not dead. Said, he was laid him in for dead. I stood there a little bit and I said, well, you know, I come to see him. She said, okay, I'll see if I can get you in. She was gone a little bit and she came back and stuck her head around the door. She said, all right, said mister. Said, you got about 3 minutes and a half with it. I walked in there and I prayed just a little short. When I did, he come alive. Man, he was tearing up everything. I run out of there. Well, I come home, seen nobody. Come home, my wife said, how was he? I said, oh, God healed him right on the spot. She didn't ask me how I knew it or nothing. Next morning we went down to see about him. He was up in the upper room praying for them people, just having the biggest time you ever seen. But I want you to know something, sister. There's more in this life living for God than ever dreamed about the other way. I've tried them both. I don't know them both. I know them well. I thought I was the king of the walk when I was young. I can tell you many a story, but I don't even like to think of it. And I can tell you when I was young, how God called me, and I knew God called me. And that's the only story I can tell you, and there ain't no telling those stories I can tell you, just like I told you a while ago, about how God came on the scene. Hey, wasn't that you with me one time? You went down to see that old boy you couldn't.
Yes.
What was his name?
Yeah. Tim.
Timmy.
God come right on the scene, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sure did.
He's now preaching at the Old Country Church.
Huh?
Really?
He's preaching at the Old Country Church.
Yeah. No. I think this man up on the hill fired him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Did you know?
Oh.
Did you know?
Oh.
Did you know? See, I can't think of name. Anyway, he went to church there all of his days,
Timmy.
and they fired him too.
Grover?
Grover Hall, a good man. This guy up here, he lives here. He fired him, and he wanted his job. That's what he's doing. He's taking care.
Thomas is the preacher now?
Fishery.
He don't. I don't know.
He's a talker, not a fisher, not a fisher.